Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, depending on when your specials time is. It's Mrs. Marple back in the art room. Today what we're going to do is something that is really simple but really fun. I do this all the time with my family out at restaurants or whenever we're waiting in line, maybe for the car wash or something. It's something really easy that you can do with some simple materials like pencil, pen, paper. If you have something to color with, that's great. I really encourage you to color your pictures today. But what we're making is crazy line drawings. If you've been in my room before, you've probably done one of these. It's probably my favorite assignment that I get to do because I get to see your imagination go to work. My first crazy line drawing, when I started working elementary, I came from high school and I got to teach elementary and I love it. So this is something I used to do in high school, but every grade level can do this. And I encourage you to get your family in on the fun too. So if you've got a little brother or sister, or if you've got a big brother or sister, or whoever your grown-up is at home could really help you with this. And you can see their creative side too. But this is mine. This is what my picture turned out like. And the line that I had to work with was right here. This shape that forms its mouth and up around. So all I had was a line, and then I had to draw a picture to fit that line. So I'm going to show you some examples really quick on paper, and then I'm going to show you on the board how I would start. So these are some examples. Mrs. Marple has an idea in her head when she draws these, but when I give this to someone else, they get to put their own imagination to work with it. So I usually let them choose between two, and you can flip it any direction. It can go diagonal if you want to. It's completely up to you. But I will usually hand out two. Be like, all right, which one? And they'll sit here and they'll brainstorm for maybe a minute, minute and a half, and then I'll move on to the next person if they don't pick. And by the time I get back, if the lines are still here for them, they can choose between these two, or they might have to choose between two completely different ones. So you got to think fast on this. At home, you're going to have a little bit more time. But what I encourage you to do is have somebody else in your house, or if you are at your grown-up's office or something, have somebody else draw the line. It really adds an extra level of brain power, having to think through somebody else's line versus you just drawing your own line. When you get your paper, what I suggest you do is use pencil. So I'm going to use marker to draw my line because that can't move. But then I'm going to use the pencil to draw around it, so if I change my mind, I can erase it, right? So I'm going to use this burgundy. No, I use green. I'm going to use this green line for my line that I have to work with, okay? So I would just maybe come up with something in my brain and draw it if someone else was going to do it. Now, because I'm going to be drawing from my own line, I'm just not going to think about it at all and just draw something like that. Okay, so now that I have this line, it is my job to come up with something for it to be, all right? So, let's see. Oh, I could turn this into a fish. Now, Mrs. Marple has had a lot of practice with these crazy lines, and it doesn't have to make sense right away, okay? It's a fish. And then I would want you to come up with a background to go with it. So you could draw some seaweed back here. You could draw maybe a school of fish, so fish that looks similar, or maybe a fishbowl around it. But that's one way to turn that line into something else. Now let's try something else here. I'm going to do another line. And in my classroom, the rules are no snakes, no roller coasters, no worms, and no water at the top of water, because those are super easy to try to come up with things for. So I want you to try to be thinking a little bit harder. Give yourself a challenge. Okay, so I'm going to do this a little differently so you can see better. I made a mistake on the last one. So the next line I'm going to do is that. Okay, so now I'm going to use a different color so you can see what I add onto it. And we'll do a couple different things. All right, I'm going to use red now. So what could this become? If it's on a piece of paper, you can turn it. So it can become a lot of different things. What's coming to my brain right now is a puzzle piece, the top of a shirt, the inside, the cockpit of an airplane or a car that, like a little roadster car. Ooh, a kayak, that could be something. But I think I'm going to turn mine into a shirt. So you're just going to use your pencil and add to it. Now, if I changed my mind, and it couldn't just be a shirt. You need to put the whole picture together so the person wearing the shirt would be an important part of your picture too. I'm going to erase that line. I'm going to try something else. Okay, what else did I say? Let's make it a little car. And see, since I'm drawing, it looks like a Twinkie right now, but since I'm drawing with pencil, or you are, I can erase, because I didn't leave any place for my wheels and tires to go. And you can have anybody you want. There's a little door, a windshield, driving your car. So I'm going to have a bear driving my car with a pair of sunglasses on, because he's cool. Ooh, it's a koala bear. There we go. So he's got fuzzy ears. He's driving the car. Now, if you had a pretty small line, I would want you to come up with a background. If your picture is pretty large, then you wouldn't need to add a whole bunch to it. But I might draw, maybe he's driving by the beach. There's like palm trees outside. And there's a sun shining, and maybe some birds in the sky, some clouds. You can add a couple of different things to your picture to make it more complete. But when you draw small, you do need to try to fill up the rest of your space. So this would be a great day one, doing the pencil, draw out your design, and then on the second day, come back and add color. Now, a lot of you guys are taking these 2-day assignments and doing them all on the same day. I need you guys to try to slow down and take your time on the drawing portion and then put it away until the next time you have time to work on it. Now, if you want to spend extra time on it during the day, that's perfectly fine, but these are 2-day lessons, so you're only going to get them posted once. When I see your response, I'll expect to see 2 days worth of work on it, okay? Try to use paper if you can, paper and pen or paper and pencil. If you have time to color or if you have coloring materials, I would really strongly encourage you to color. Digital work is really hard for me to grade because I really don't understand if you have a stylus, if you're drawing with your finger. When you draw with your finger on a tablet, it's not the same as holding a material. So I want you to try to really hold on to those materials. If you have a stylus for your iPad or your tablet or whatever it is that you have, that would be the best way to show digital work. Otherwise, if you're just using your finger, please get paper and pencil or pen to draw these and submit them, okay? All right, I hope you guys have fun with your crazy line drawings. Remember, this is not just something that you can do. You can do this with everyone in your household, so have fun with it.